was a bit slow to begin. He's got some work to do. Gatlin's in front. Bob stretching out now. He's coming after him. He's immortal now.
Hello and welcome back to Mondo Musings. I'm your presenter, Ricardo McLean. Been on a one-year hiatus, pretty much. Now I'm back with a new focus on producing videos that are shorter and much easier for you to consume. And they generally will revolve around a top 10 theme. In terms of the content, the concentration will still be on Jamaican athletics, but I'll also be producing videos featuring track and field athletes and events from other countries. With that said, I do hope that you will enjoy this Top 10 of the Weekend presentation, Top 10 Events to Watch at the 2021 NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships. At number 10 is the men's 60 meters. Freshman sensation Micah Williams has laid waste to all before him so far this season, romping to 6 impressive race wins, the latest of which, an altitude-adjusted 6:49, came at the championships of the peak meet, which essentially took the place of this year's cancelled MPSF conference decider. Florida speedster Raymond Ekevuo ducked a highly anticipated final matchup with Williams at the Tyson Invitational, but should be ready for a fight to the finish here. Of course, any number can play in a race this short, but the winner should come from the group of Williams, Ekevuo, BVI's Big Ten gold medalist Recoy Brathwaite, North Carolina A&T's Tavarius Wright, and Florida State's Kassan James. Realistically, Jamaica's surprise ACC champion Fabian Hewitt would do well to make the final here. At number 9, the women's 4x400 meter relay. Jamaican Sharky Young's sizzling 51-1 split quickly transformed a tight contest into a collegiate record coronation on the same track at February's Tyson Invitational. With her and freshman phenom Atingmo, who closed with a blistering 50.2 on anchor on the last two legs, no lead will be safe. The Lady Razorbacks, who claimed the SEC crown in Texas A&M's absence a few weeks ago, are probably best positioned to challenge with all four legs capable of sub-52.5 contributions. SEC champs runner-up Kentucky should also be in the medal frame, as should number 5 Florida, assuming that talented Bahamian Denisha Anderson is back somewhere close to her 52.06 open best. At number 8 is the men's shot put. One-time discus specialist Turner Washington heads into action with 4 wins from 4 starts on the season and the collegiate record to boot. At least a smidge of credit for the outstanding mark, though, is owed to number 3 McKay Johnson, who forced Washington to pull out the 6th-round monster to keep his win streak alive at the Texas Tech Shootout. Adding extra flavor to the spicy rematch is the presence of 2019 silver medalist Adrian Pippery, who'll be keen to add the missing indoor shot put gold to his rapidly expanding collection. At number 7, the men's 400 meters. Big Ten champion Tyler Johnson headlines what's arguably the deepest field on show, with all 16 entrants journeying to Randal Tyson Center with season's best below 46 seconds. It's an aggregation of talent that includes ACC titleist Ja'Cory Patterson, SEC victor Noah Williams, and a host of other studs. HBCU powerhouse North Carolina A&T, which is yet to produce a winner in the event, has a strong hand in the form of super soft Randolph Ross and 2019 outdoor silver medalist Trevor Stewart. Jamaican Wayne Lawrence Jr. is one of maybe 10 men who'll have authentic designs on going all the way to gold. At number 6 is the women's 60-meter hurdles. Reigning champion Chanel Brissett, who did the business for USC back in 2019, returns to defend as a Lady Longhorn. Mounting a successful defense, though, could be a tricky proposition, considering the presence of joint World U20 60-meter hurdles record holders Grace Stark and Jamaican Akira Nugent. Stark, in fact, has already tasted victory over Brissett in 2021, pipping her by 0.02 of a second at the Tyson Invitational. Nugent is joined in the field by fellow Jamaicans Desiree Freeman and Trishana Hemmings, who've both chopped considerable chunks from their respective PBs so far this season. At number 5, the women's 60 meters. List leader Twanisha Terry returns to defend the title she won in 2019. If she's to join the likes of Jamaican Ramona Burchell as a 2-time champion, there's a Texas-sized possibility that she'll have to outduel Longhorn number 1 Julian Alfred, who was virtually unbeatable over 60 meters last season. Both, though, will have to keep a close eye on Antiguan starlet Joella Lloyd, who got the better of number 4 Baylark, number 6 Clark, number 8 Steiner, and number 9 Killebrew as she ran away with the SEC title. Former UTEC Knight Kemba Nelson, who is the only woman to get the better of Terry going 60 meters in 2021, leads the three-pronged Jamaican charge, alongside the consistent Kiara Grant and the enigmatic but dangerous Kivona Davis. At number 4 is the women's 400 meters. Mo, whose name has been on everybody's lips since she sped to a world under-20 record time of 50.52 seconds at the Charlie Thomas Invitational on February 6th, headlines a very deep field. If she runs to potential, it's unlikely that she'll be bested. It's also very unlikely that Kendall Ellis's 50.34 second indoor collegiate record will survive. If she's not aggressive enough, though, she could find herself wrestling for control of proceedings with SEC champ Talitha Diggs. Another athlete who will be keen to get into the mix is defending champion Kaylin Roberts, who's yet to win a race this season, but may have been keeping her powder dry to explode at just the right time. Meanwhile, Big 12 titleist Stacey Ann Williams enters with a faster seed time than her Jamaican compatriot Young. However, the latter could well pose a bigger medal threat. At number 3, the men's 4x400 meter relay. Star-studded NCAA will seek to keep the 1600 meter relay title out of SEC hands for the third renewal running. The SEC, though, is loaded with 4x4 juggernauts. While Tennessee isn't traditionally one of them, they surely look the part when beating the likes of Kentucky, Georgia, and a surprisingly underpowered Texas A&M to seize the conference crown a few weeks ago. Speaking about Georgia, they were paced in that race by the bustling Matthew Bolling, who turned in by far the fastest opening leg, 45.18 seconds across all three sections of the final. Unfortunately, former Jamaica College short sprinter Delano Dunkley put paid to any chance they had of winning by throwing in a pedestrian 48.5 second carry. If they can somehow squeeze two serviceable legs out of Dunkley, Kavanaugh, Pender, and Zoller, SEC indoor 400 meter silver medalist Elijah Godwin will give them every chance to claim a maiden title in the event. Jamaica's Jeremy Farr, who's been MIA all season, could provide homesters Arkansas with the injection of juice needed to work their way into the medal mix. At number 2 is the men's long jump. For my money, ACC champ Isaac Grimes enters as a marginal favorite, having decisively defeated his former co-world leader and rising combo jumping star Javon Harrison at the Tyson Invitational. Both own a victory apiece over Jamaican number 3 Kerry McLeod, who nonetheless should be buoyed by a big couple days of jumping at the SEC Indoor Championships, where he notched PBs in both this discipline and at the triple jump. McLeod's countryman Ryan Brown, who's improved by leaps and bounds since taking his talents to Arkansas, including that huge 8:12 PB at SECs, is another strong medal contender, as is Bolling, who also logged a lifetime best inside the same venue last month. And at number 1, the women's pentathlon. A colossal cock-up in the long jump saw Tyra Gittens' chance of defending her SEC indoor title slip away like sand through a particularly spiteful hourglass. Apparently mixed-up marks ultimately resulted in the Trinbagonian leaping just 4.11 meters over 2.5 meters shy of her best heading in. Arch rival Anna Hall duly seized the opportunity to turn an expected deficit into an unexpected advantage, eventually romping home over 700 points clear of the deposed queen. Gittens, though, gallantly rebounded to back both the individual high and long jump titles. If she's to win her first national crown, whether indoors or out, being right on point is imperative. Assuming she's virtually even with the Lady Bulldog through 3 events, as was the case at SECs, at least a 650 long jump will likely be required to keep Hall and her fierce 208 800 meter kick at bay. Alright, so that's it for our first episode back. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Godspeed.
Gatlin got a good enough start. Bolt was a bit slow to begin. He's got some work to do. Gatlin's in front. Bolt stretching out now. He's coming after him. He's immortal now.